What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. With me getting so many high-end silicone busts lately, I thought it would be time to go ahead and update my top 10 favorite busts in my collection. A majority of these are going to be my silicones, no doubt, because silicone just has that edge above resin, with the hand-punched hair, the glass eyes, the acrylic teeth, and whatnot. Now, I still love a lot of my resin busts, and I would give 4 worthy mentions. Notably, these 3 right here, Reaper, Marcus, Lycan, absolutely amazing. I believe only Marcus has glass eyes, the other 2 are just painted, but they're such incredible paint jobs, and overall I love these ones so much. The other one is PCS MKX Scorpion. That one is definitely one of my favorites. I feel like they could have did a better job on the skin paint. If that was done in silicone treatment, the eyes are good enough. They look like glass eyes. That's the only downside to the skin paint. Still very good for a mass-produced piece, but it doesn't touch a candle to, some of the silicones I have. So those are the worthy mentions. Now let's get down to the top 10, starting with number 10, which is EDC Freddy Bust. I had to choose between this and Jason. Jason, also another worthy mention. Now, these busts are substantially improved with the custom parts, the Jason, the mask, Freddy, the hat. But I simply just like the look of Freddy's face. I like the position of the claw hand better than Jason's machete. I love the base, the fact there's the light up, the logo, the weathering, the perfect likeness. And I really love that custom hat and the fact you can remove it. The real metal claw hands, and I'm just a huge fan of this bust. It has one of the best glass eyes on any bust I own. Without a doubt, top eyes. Those things are just mind-boggling good. ECC does an absolute stellar job when it comes to the glass eyes. And so that one is definitely on the list. Next one to come up is actually going to be in this room. I would say it's going to be Loki Bust. Now, this one is one I've also done some customization, adding a cape, fixing the hair. We got the helmet on, the Loki helmet, and it's improved it substantially from when I originally got. When I originally got it, I would have placed it probably not even in top 10. But with all these improvements, it's substantially improved it. The likeness is absolutely killer. The costume, the base, I love the helmet, everything just flows so well together. The only reason this isn't higher is just because some of the other busts, the nature of those busts just make it better. But this one is absolutely killer, and I love everything about it. So that's number 9. Number 8 is going to be Hulk Bust. Hulk Bust has one of the best faces of all my Queen busts, I believe. I feel like his portrait is the reason you buy this. The body is okay, but I'm not a fan of how they just cut the silicone off right here. I feel like they could have did a better job on the way they did that and made it a little bit bigger. This is also a bust you have to see from down low. You can't, you stand up and look at that, you're like, what the heck am I even looking at? But when I sit in my chair and I see that, it's like, holy shiz, that portrait is insane. The base is pretty good, not amazing, but the face is the reason I like this one so much. The face is just so good. Definitely better than like Loki portrait, for example. So I do like Hulk overall better. Everything else I like better on Loki. The body, the base, I like better on Loki. But the Hulk face is so good, it puts it above Loki in my opinion. So number 8 is going to be Hulk. Now let me think. Number 7 is going to be Jack Sparrow. Jack, I've done also lots of customization. I've added stuff to his base, I've added his hat, I've added accessories in his hair. The likeness and everything about it is just uncanny. It is truly looks like a real person. Definitely one of my top most realistic when it comes to the realism. So he's definitely, top 10 material for me. Definitely a very unique, special bust that I absolutely love and never plan to sell ever. So that's number 7, Jack Sparrow. Now we're on to number 6. Number 6, I would do Blue Box Hyper Caesar. This one is absolutely phenomenal for me. I love the base. The hair is done exceptionally well. It's really the portrait though. This has definitely one of the best portraits out there for any bust. It's super realistic and just incredible detail. Also one of the best eyes on a bust. Just, it's big, it looks gorgeous, and I freaking love it. Very, very realistic. So number 6, Blue Box Hyper Caesar. Number 5 is gonna be Queen Thanos. Now, Thanos would be number 1 in my book if they made a few improvements on this. 1, I feel like it's slightly underscaled. 2, the skin paint is not what I like. I prefer more like that color, the lighter purple that they originally advertised. Otherwise, I absolutely love the design of this. I feel like this has the best base of all the licensed bust I own. Just a phenomenal base. The armor detail, top-notch, premium. The sculpt is amazing. I wish they used acrylic teeth. They did like a resin teeth, but not acrylic. And there is a noticeable difference. I did gloss mine up, and I do think that improved it. I also wish Queen would use a little bit higher quality glass eyes. You know, when you compare their glass eyes to like ECC or some of the customs, you can tell that the quality is just not as good as it's like from a cheaper factory. And I also know that they use a cheaper silicone compared to like Infinity or even some of the custom companies. Nevertheless, this is an absolutely amazing bust, and I still absolutely love it for what it is. It is my favorite Marvel bust, my favorite Queen bust, and I don't think it will be topped by any future Queen bust that I'll own. I have Wonder Woman on pre-order. I have Alita on pre-order. I don't think they'll top this. I still think Thanos is my favorite. For a lot of reasons. Now, I did baby powder mine up. The original Thanos I got was way darker. And doing the baby powder did substantially improve it. And overall, it's still an absolute grail in my book, and I freaking love this piece. And it is number 5 on my list. Now we're down to the top 4. And it is between Lurtz, Pennywise, Nun, and Queen Arnold. So I had to think quite a bit about this because I've done some substantial improvements to some other ones, and I really like a lot of these, but I would peg Lurtz as number 4. And for a few reasons. 1, his base is only okay. It's just, you know, a freaking rod going into, you know, this that props and holds them up, where the bases on all my other ones are far superior. Now, when it comes to the actual detail, I love the mixed media. I love the paint job. The inner mouth is insane. The eyes are exceptionally well done. The hair is awesome. It looks like what a real orc would look like. The one thing I do question, though, is when you touch that and you move the skin, it's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know if it's the way this is done, but it is a little bit weird. Nevertheless, this is an absolutely phenomenal bust, and overall, I really, really like it, and I love that mouth detail. And the overall paint is just freaking masterpiece. If it had a better base, like something similar to what like Prime 1 does with their Lurtz, where it has that like sick looking bottom, and then maybe even just like the Orthorak, you know, Sauron's tower holding it up, then this could probably be number 1. But number 4, Lurtz, and the presence on that thing's insane. Then we come down to the bottom 3. Ooh. I'm gonna have to say Valk. Valk, you know, was a newer acquisition of mine. She came in, she blew me away. I'm still in awe when I see her. I think she has definitely one of the best portraits of all my silicones. Now, really the main attraction is her portrait. You know, if you compare just like that, it's okay. It's a nun. Nothing special to look at. I do like the base. They did a great job. The mixed media is done quite well, but that face is just absolutely insane. The eyes, they used acrylic teeth, silicone all throughout, including the tongue. Has a light up eye feature, and the paint is so good. This is truly one you have to see in person to really appreciate that paint job, because it just looks so well done that it's just like, oh my gosh, this thing absolutely catches your attention. The moment I come down, I'm like, holy crap. you know, it definitely is an eye catcher within the collection. Then we come down to Pennywise and Arnold. Now, before, when Pennywise was on his older base, I would put Arnold as number 1. But with the addition of Prime 1's new base, I gotta downgrade Arnold to number 2 on my list. Queen Arnold. Now, the reason I like this among all my Queen ones the most, although I totally forgot, but yeah, I like this more than Thanos. The base is fantastic, but I love the battle damage. The way they did the whole battle damage in his face. Definitely amazing likeness. Really, really good likeness. But the battle damage is just what gets me. The leather's fantastic. The fact you see the T-800 chest and eye with the light up is just absolutely insane. Definitely an absolute grail. It does lack a slight realism that some of my more customs have. Like, I feel like Nun, Pennywise, Lurtz, and Caesar and Jack have a slight edge of realism. Maybe they're a higher quality silicone, I don't know, but they just look more real to me. This definitely is like absolute premium top notch, don't get me wrong. But I do feel they have a slight edge when it comes to realism. And that's where we put our number 1 slot, Pennywise by Blue Box Hyper. So Blue Box nailed 3 of my top 10 in the list, with their Pennywise being number 1. Now, of course, I did some modifications to mine. I added 1, the Prime 1 half-scale Pennywise base. 2, I added this IT 3D logo. I like that there. It looks great. And I also have the balloon in the back as a background. But this base is just a masterpiece. The best thing about the half-scale was the base. And then when you add the Blue Box Hyper Caesar on, or Blue Box Hyper Pennywise on it, it just becomes an ultimate masterpiece for me. Because Pennywise, for me, is my favorite horror icon. I freaking love him. I love the look of him. I love his portrait, his hair. And Blue Box did such an amazing job on this. Also has acrylic teeth, silicone glass light up eyes, hand punched hair. And they did a really good job on that hand punched hair. Like, really good job. This is my favorite hand punched hair of all my statues, actually. I think this is the best job I've seen. But, you know, this is just an absolute masterpiece. It really doesn't get any better than this when you add the Prime 1 Pennywise base. So, and when you combine it with the Nun in that display, it's now one of my favorite displays in my entire collection. I don't think it gets better than that. So, my whole horror setup's my favorite, though. But yeah, that is my top 10 favorite busts in the collection. I don't think Pennywise will ever be topped. Even getting like some of the Infinity Studios busts, I don't know if they can top this. God, it's gonna be real hard. So we'll see though, we'll see. I'll make an update list because I have 8 additional life-size busts on pre-order. You know, I got multiple Infinity Studios and some Queen Studios. And yeah, I got a lot of busts on pre-order, so we'll definitely do an updated list in, you know, a year or 2 when I get a lot more in. But since I did get 4 that made the list in the last like 2 months, I felt it necessary to make an updated list for you guys. And it really is difficult making these lists just because I have so many amazing busts, and I'm just like, God, how can Lycan not make it? He's so good. But sometimes you have to, you know, look at Lycan and look at Nun and look in the face and just see which one has better paint and detail. And, you know, the Nun, oh, it's so good. It's like, oh my effing gosh. You know, but ultimately, yeah, those are my top 3. Pennywise, Arnold, Nun, and then Lurtz, and then Queen Thanos. Anyways, folks, let me know your thoughts and opinions below. Would you agree with my order, or do you think that, you know, a different one should be my number 1 bust or whatnot? Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.